We believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough. If we care enough. If we care enough. If we care enough. If we care enough.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes 2 to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
You know, not what we deal with, but from the aspect of being the heads of our household, being the ones that have to usually take the weight on their shoulders.
Or not.
And then when that's taken away from you.
Yeah.
So when brothers are losing jobs, when brothers feel or been emasculated, when brothers, you know, are getting older and not being able to, you know, handle or compete in society like they once were when they were in their prime. At some point, you know, and we'll dive into this in a later session, it's like, you're like, what is my purpose? Why am I here?
Yeah.
And therefore that starts to mess with you. And if you can't talk to somebody about that. You know, we always talk, we're so goal oriented, we're so driven, we're so, you know, we gotta manifest this, but when the manifestation isn't coming in the timing that you want it, when the goal isn't, you're not hitting the mark exactly how you want it, how do you deal with that? You know, who do you talk to when you missed all the shots? Who do you talk to when you lost your job? Who do you talk to? Who do you confide in when the woman that you love no longer loves you and leaves you for someone else? Those are the things where we embody and bottle all of that stuff up until sometimes it's too late, and we don't know. We had nowhere to turn.
I think one of the greatest crimes, there are many, but one of the greatest crimes perpetuated against black men specifically is the level to which their humanity and their hearts have been devalued, diminished, and dehumanized, and that they have become doing machines. The greatest value a black man has, in many instances, is what he can do for somebody. Right. And how he can do it, and how much he can do it, and how much he earns doing it. I mean, I hear it and see it among young people in the relationships. You know, oh, you're going to get my nails done, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. Right. You know, they've been demeaned.
Pause it. Oh, the voice of reason is not playing with you on Thursday. It's not just security and doing for security and doing for money. It's also doing for your love. It's also doing for your respect. Oh, you did something, so guess what? I don't trust you no more. See, put human in front of being. See, like she said, human doing. I would suggest that the way our minds are set up today, that many of us don't know how to be a human being, let alone be with another human being. We're all human doings. Oh, this gonna hurt tonight. Finish talking to him, Iyanla.
Do it, and how much he can do it, and how much he earns doing it. I mean, I hear it and see it among young people in the relationships. You know, oh, you're going to get my nails done, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that. Right. You know, they've been demeaned and devalued and dehearted to the point where they value themselves based on what they can do.
Pause it real quick.
Fix it.
Pause it real quick. I saw this clip a little while ago. Everybody was posting it. Y'all don't understand the meaning. You're posting it because that's spiritual bypassing. We talked about that yesterday. See, it's easy to post a clip, but I'm a black man who lives this reality. I am judged based on what I do, how I show up. I can't listen. If I make a mistake, now I done triggered some unhealed wound in you, and now I'm on the hook for that wound until you get right with it. And if you say you're right with it, you might not be right with it because it might boomerang back and hit you again, and you feel, do you understand? It's not just money. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not just money. It's also your care, your understanding, your nurturing, your loving. All of it's conditional based on what I do. And men, you ain't no different. You expect her to do. Right? Right? If I pay the bills, sometimes men act like if we pay the bills, we're paying for nurturing. Now she's a human doing. If you pay the bills, we're paying for her to cook. We're paying for her to be the house therapist. Do you get what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't give them space to be able to download and process their experience of us. I know y'all not ready for tonight's topic. Oh, hey, tonight's topic. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a great topic. Tonight's topic, martyrdom. Martyrdom? Yes, martyrdom. Are you a Mary or a Martha? Examining the being versus doing paradox. What exactly is martyrdom? the nature of utilizing / doing / transactionalism to absolve a worthiness wound. Levels of progress are at the outward indicators that worthiness may or may not be actualized. In other words, I'm going to do for you. I'm going to make sure I do for you to show you that I'm worthy. Do you get what I'm saying? Of your attention, of your affection, of your approval. That's the martyrdom. I think I can get to where I need to go by doing. Right? Many of us are on that hamster wheel right now. If I accumulate enough, if I get the right relationship, if I do the right work, if I get the right degree, if I get the right job, many of us are on that hamster wheel. We think that's going to bring happiness. Or are you in the space of martyrdom? The opposite of martyrdom. Martyrdom. The positioning of oneself to sit at the feet of the master / mastery of being with self, absence of exchange from another. Presence, or rather the acceptance of self, is the result. Where did it come from? Well, it came from the book of Luke, right? Chapter 10, verse 38 to 42. And Jesus said, listen to this. I want you guys to understand where this is coming from. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet, listening to what he had to say. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." See, Mary was in the presence of the Master, trying to understand what is this. Mary was, listen to what I'm about to say. Mary was present in the presence of the Master. Many of us are so focused on our relationship to-do list. He got to be like this. She got to be like that. He can't step on these wounds. Oh, she can't talk to me like my mama did. Many of us got so many to-do lists around relationships that we so busybodied that we're never really present to what is in our presence. Do you understand? Are you a Martha or a Mary? Huh? Are you a Martha or a Mary? It's being versus the doing paradox. When we come forward, the voice of reason opening the phone lines. Let's talk about it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, I have a secret. I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant because more than just my armpits stink.
Oh, can I use it where my bra rubs under my...
Oh, yeah.
And what about down there? You know, my...
Totally. 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend it. So I tried it, and now I get 72 hours of freshness from my pits to my...
Ooh, I love that it's a spray.
Me too. And it comes in sticks and creams too. Go get your Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
If you're looking for the most epic place on Earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Come on, man. And with the local DBC news, LL Cool J with a triumphant comeback. More so, but tonight, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion. Overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition's paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Don't you call this a regular jam.
Dehearted
Right.
to the point where they value themselves based on what they can do. Fix it, get it, make it happen. And no place have I seen in our world does anybody tell black men how to be. How to be with themselves, how to be true to themselves, how to be with their feelings, how to be with their heart, you know? And it's criminal. So what happens is then they begin to do the things that are expected of them, and that's how they're evaluated. And then if they can't do
Iyanla is cooking with the rarest grease. If you can't do what is expected of you, you get devalued. You live in a toxic society that makes a man, and she said in particular, a black man, a human doing. So when he gets it wrong with you, think about your mindset that could say, I can never let him off the hook for what he said. I could never let him off the hook for how he behaved. A toxic society produced him and you. But do you see what I'm saying? But ultimately, he's the ultimate criminal, right? The criminal in the relationship. Everybody else get to walk off in the sunset because the options are plentiful. There's always going to be somebody to step in, right? But are you healing through that process? We know he ain't, because he got to go prove to somebody else that he can get the job done. Woo! Is your value / self-worth dependent upon the joy, emotions, and or praise you can generate from others based off what you do. And women do it too. It's not just a man thing. It's both ways. We so busy doing that we forgot how to be. Do you understand? Would your view of who you are be altered if you were no longer able to be of service to those around you? Now listen to what I'm saying. Many of us look at service as a type of currency. It is an extension of transactionalism. But what it really should be is a spiritual practice in relationship. The ego in me serves the divine in you. The ego in me bows to the divine in you and vice versa. The ego in you should bow to the divine in me. That's service. But many of us see service as a transactional down payment on some future balloon payment. Remember I did that? Remember, you know, come on now. Whenever you needed something, you know. Am I lying? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone line. Many of us simply don't know how to be because we were taught, conditioned, and raised in a robotic fashion to constantly do. Do you believe the expression of love and concern people have for you, or is their love an extension of what you provide for them? Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. Ain't no such thing as transactional love. The love is either real or it's not. Love has nothing to do with give and take. John, call back. John from Hawaii, call back. Love is not a transactional piece. Love is not a loan. Love is not a loan. It's not. It's not a love. There's no love loan. But many of us barter our love, barter our empathy, barter our care, predicated on what we have done and our expectations of receiving something of equal or higher worth. Come on, tell me I'm lying tonight. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. I want to talk to you tonight. What are some ways you can recognize a spirit of martyrdom in an individual, and how can you ensure that they understand their value outside of their capabilities? Have you ever loved a person for their presence? Not for what they did for you, not for the amazing sex, not for the amazing food, not for, have you been content sitting in the presence of your woman's giggle? The way she giggles. Or the way she snorts when she laughs. A little oink, oink snort. Have you just been content in that space? Do you understand? Many of us are so busy trying to get the bag. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. So busy trying to get the bag. So busy trying to get quiet, thinking it's peace. So busy trying to get to some plateau that we think is unreachable by the calamity of life. Many of us think we're going to get to some spot in life where nothing bad going to happen. Every lesson you need to learn is coming, whether you like it or not. You remember Peace Be Still? Huh? He brought the peace from the bowels of the belly of the boat. That's what he did. Have you ever felt pressure to prioritize productivity and achievement over simply being present with yourself and others? This relationship ain't worth squat What have we done? I had somebody sit down and say, well, can you name the good times? Absolutely. Can you name meaningful moments? You damn skippy I can. Because many of us don't appreciate those small moments that require presence, not prejudice. Ooh. Sitting there judging extreme prejudice over you did this, so that invalidates everything. Again, so busy doing, focus on the doing and not focused on the being. We're about to get it started. The phone lines are absolutely jacked. Let's get some callers in here. John, Mountain View, come on in. Talk to me.
Greetings and blessings, Zoe, and the chat. And wow, what a subject. Yet at the same time, are we repeating as if this is something that we've been past before, but needed to get that another jewel out of the situation? Again, you did speak of Jesus in the boat with the disciples and the storm that was reflecting what was in their hearts, but the presence of the presenter who could bring the peace to everything was sitting asleep, and you disturbed his joy.
Keep going, brother. I'm listening. Teach us now.
Well, the thing is presence. Most people go on vacations and say that they've been on the vacation, but did you enjoy the vacation?
Did you enjoy the process of vacationing? Did you enjoy the movement?
No, the process of vacation is the process of vacation. Making enough money to doggone have the tickets so you can buy the product that they're selling, whether that be the place that you're going to or the area that you're going to be sleeping at while you're on the area. Then you got to get on the plane flight.
John, stay with me. We up against the clock. Just stay right there because he's cooking right now. He's breaking it all the way down. When we come forward, more hot lava from the voice of reason.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tyreek Wynn. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A former member of a longtime funk band that had its greatest success in the early 80s has reportedly died. TMZ reports former Gap band member Anthony Baby Gap Walker died as a result of complications from a neck surgery, stating that Walker's brother confirmed the news. Walker joined the Gap band around the time of the group's biggest hits, including Burn Rubber, Party Train, and You Dropped a Bomb on Me. Walker later joined Gap X, which is comprised of former Gap members. Gap X posted a tribute to Walker on their Instagram page. Walker was 60 years old. Megan Thee Stallion is gearing up for a tour this summer. On Wednesday, the rapper announced the Hot Girl Summer Tour, which kicks off in May. Although she hasn't shared the official dates, she did say she'll be hitting New York City, Chicago, Atlanta, and Phoenix, among other cities. Megan said the official dates will be announced soon. That's the latest. I'm Tyreek Wynn on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough.
LADWP is proud to partner with KBLA to share with you how to start the new year without bill worries. We're here to help if you're behind on your bill or need help staying current. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to set predictable monthly payments throughout the year, including for past due amounts. You can also check out the special extended pay arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. If you're a senior or income qualified, you may be eligible for Easy Save to receive discounts and also qualify for free and discounted energy and water saving devices. You can get up to $15,000 for past due water and or sewer bills and up to $3,000 for electric bills. But you gotta act fast. Funding is limited. You can reduce your past due bills and kick off the year right, because here at LADWP, we're here to help. Visit ladwp.com/cares today and find out more.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen. I'll call so. Look in it, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy. Plus the time zone difference don't make it no easy. Oh, so I figured I'd call in early. Turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So just lay back your mind. Someday, everybody tuning in the zone. Cause he is.
This is Dr. Peter with the Phenomenal Minute. Oftentimes, we define ourselves by the things that we do in our life. What we do for our jobs, what we do for our families, what we do for organizations that we are part of. Yet, health and well-being isn't about a doingness as much as it is about a beingness. We are human beings. We are existing and expressing the magic and the brilliance of our creation. In the process of doing, recognize we need to come into clear states of being, of presence, of awareness, and not just get wrapped up in the doingness that allows us to accomplish things. Yes, we do need to do, but if we get more focused on the doingness rather than the beingness, it destroys our health of well-being. So much of what a chiropractor strives for as we free the spine of spinal subluxations is to allow the spine and the nervous system to be in a clear state of coherence, in a clear state of adaptability, and a clear state of function to allow all the body things that it does to be at its optimal vibration and expression. Our lives are the same. Focus on being in the process of doing. This is Dr. Peter with a Phenomenal Minute.
Man, in the realm of martyrdom and marriedom, this whole topic came from a faithful friend and listener of the Voice of Reason. This whole topic came from the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 38 through 42, where you see Jesus at the home of Martha and Mary, and they have two separate approaches with regards to how they deal with Christ, right? There's a profound dichotomy there. The dichotomy between being and doing. Mary was being present in the presence of the Lord. Martha was being present in the responsibilities of handling everything and missing the mark. Isn't that what sin actually means when you look it up from its etymological root? Sin means to miss the mark. And it's okay, we live in a transactional society, but we claim we want better relations. But we not focused on being transparent, authentic, truthful. We are such manipulators. We're more clever than we are intelligent, right? We're more manipulative than we are transparent and open and truthful. Boy, if you got a strategy for how you move on social media, I'm just saying, if you got a strategy for the man you dealing with, or for the woman you dealing with, what do you mean, Zoe? You got them blocked on everything except one. What are you doing on the other ones? Do you see? Many of us are so busy trying to protect and keep that mask manicured, maintained. Ooh, Lord, I know y'all not ready for the night. Let's get it now. Let's get back to John. John from Mountain View, Hawaii. Get in here. Speak on it.
Okay. Let me try and make it short. TSA, go on vacation. Where's the problem? Therapy, now you got a checklist. Where's the problem? The simple fact that you have all of this responsibility, these doings, these sayings, this list, this process. When was the last time you sat down and just enjoyed hearing the ocean? Poke Friday is something we do here in Hawaii.
Keep going, brother.
The simple fact is there is a whole lot to life, but again, if we're focused on the process, the money, the transactions, the things that are going on, you miss the mark of the neighbor who just showed up from Arizona, who comes here every year to get away from the madness. The being and the doing. What are you doing today that's actually getting you to the place where you need to be? Help us to remind ourselves that, yes, our breath is a fleeting moment. Your solitude and your solidness. Again, I told y'all maybe in the past, slap your own behind if you didn't understand your breath, and your solid behind is the same. So if you're not concerned about either one of those doing this process, showing this mask, buying these cars, I got Louis Vuitton bags and all this other stuff, you missed the mark. You are the speciality. Wow. Do that.
Guess what you just did, John?
Mountain View's in the house.
Mountain View is in the building. That's Mountain View, Hawaii. If you want to bring your city in the building, this is a national discussion. I want everybody to get in here. Let's talk about it. We on fire tonight. Let's keep the callers rolling. Reggie from Austin, Texas. Get in here.
Man, I think it's really a dance between being Mary and Martha. Everybody wants to be Mary. Everybody wants to be the faithful person that just shows up and has all this trust in Christ. And we live in a society where we have this mantle.
Wait. Can I stop you for 1 second? Because you're saying something that it just triggered me. I think you're right. Everybody, just a little different. Everybody wants to look like Mary, but everybody is actually Martha. Everybody want to post on Instagram and on Facebook and other places like they Mary. See, that's the spiritual bypassing we talked about yesterday. Go ahead, brother, finish.
Absolutely. And it's one thing when society places this mantle on you that you are what you contribute. But when you place that mantle on yourself, that's when it really hits home. It's like that puts you on the hamster wheel. And it takes a degree of faith to be Martha. To be Mary.
Right.
It takes a degree of faith to be Mary, to say that if I handle God's business, God will handle my business. Because I don't pay my rent based on my thoughts and based on my intentions. I pay my rent and my mortgage based on what I put on the table. And so how do we put both of them together and be responsible in our calling and be responsible in our faith? Like, that's the dance that we have to do. And man, it's not easy, bro. It's not. To say that it's easy is to really trivialize faith in and of itself, and it's to trivialize your calling in and of itself. It's not easy. But I think to have the grounding of your faith puts you in a different class, and it puts you in a different slot to say, okay, God is looking out for me, and God can see me when I can't see certain things. That's what makes it real. Knowing that God can see what I can't see, and I think that's what puts us in a powerful position. Martha was worried about some stuff that she couldn't control anyway, and not just that one thing, but I mean, there's a lot of different stories in that whole chapter that she was just worried about stuff that she couldn't control. But Mary said, okay, I know someone who can control all the stuff that I can't. And that's the value of the whole thing.
I love
You
it,
know what I'm
brother.
saying?
Yes. Guess what? Keep going.
I don't even mean to preach, but like in Revelation, it says we're saved by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So you're saved by hearing the good news. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think a lot of times if we just saw people that said, all right, this is me being instead of me doing, and see more examples of that, then our faith can grow because we've seen something. Like we've seen somebody doing this and it worked for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just a figment of our imagination. There's some real stuff going on.
I love it, brother.
That's what
I
makes
love
real.
it. Guess what you just did, Reggie?
Austin in the building.
He brought Austin, Texas in the building. We love Reggie. We love our callers, man. If you want to join the conversation, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We got Mississippi online. We got New Jersey online. We got Houston, Texas online. The phone lines are cracking. When we come forward, we shall continue with the hot lava.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans, and we'll help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Hey Californians, are you ready to make your home ownership dreams come true? The California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan Program might be for you. First-generation homebuyers can get down payment and closing cost assistance along with a first mortgage to help you unlock the door of your new home. Applications open in April, so talk to an approved lender to see if you're eligible. Find out more at calhfa.ca.gov/dream or call 877-922-5432. A message from the California Housing Finance Agency.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Accelerate, devastate, and dominate. I don't smoke crack, so I won't lose weight. Give me the money and the mic, and I'm straight. Go to a rest restaurant, give me steak. Then cook my chicken with shake and bake. I leave all the preaching to Reverend Flake. How much money can one black man make? I'm what's known as a true dynamiter. I write rhymes fast without a typewriter. Go with the flow, but no, I'm not a biter. Can't compare cockroach and a spider. Hell, you might as well get a glass of punch, cause you're biting my lyrics like a Nestle Crunch, huh? And biting my rhymes ain't slick. I got your gold teeth marks all over my complications and aggravation and unnecessary sation. I'm like Sunkissed, good vibrations. Your album sounds like a compilation.
Do you rush around more like a human doing than a human being? You have a mind and you have a body, but most people don't think beyond that. They feel like they are their mind and they are their body, but you're so much more than that. You are a consciousness that sits silently behind the mind and the body. The fact that you can notice your thoughts, notice what's going on in your mind, gives you an indication of that fact. That you are not your mind, you are not your thoughts. Only when you can tap into that conscious awareness can you access deep levels of peace and contentment, a peace that is constant and unchanging.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR back in the building. You know we got callers, man. Everybody want to talk about it. We have a great topic. Being versus doing. The being versus doing paradox. We started with the clip of Iyanla really breaking it down, how a lot of black men are, no space to be a human being in a relationship. If you step out of line, you're replaceable, you're discardable, you're devalued, you're unappreciated. And my sisters can make the same argument too. Same applies to sisters, men, especially brothers, we have, not especially brothers, but brothers included, we have devalued women. Many of us have. Many of us have disrespected women. Many of us come from toxic environments that taught us that disrespect is the way to be. So this isn't to exonerate or let anyone off the hook. We are all coming from a toxic society, and we are dealing with each other in a toxic way that doesn't make a lot of space to be. Everybody has to show up and perform. You know why? Wounded people need results. Healed people are in the now, in the moment, appreciating the small things that don't cost nothing. Wounded people need results. Are y'all listening? Wounded people need proof. Wounded people need a surety. Ooh. Hurt people, right, need a contract. Healed people don't. They just need contact. Oh, 1-800-920-1580. Who's ready for this work tonight? Let's get the author of the topic in the building right now. Atala, get in here.
Uncle General, hi.
Yes. Thank you for tonight's topic, because I didn't know what I wanted to talk about tonight, but you got me.
Listen. I be sensing stuff in the ethers. But I think you need the topic today. Nonetheless, I kind of want to talk about what got me thinking about this topic. Man, all right. So I believe, and it's just my personal opinion, in the society that we live in, that a Martha is going to be easier to recognize than a Mary. Because people a lot of times do not value you beyond what you can do for them. And so, like I said in the chat, stop doing for people and see who really values you. But see, we're not going to do that, because in addition to the doing piece is the let me keep up the facade that I'm a good person piece. Let me keep up the facade that I mean well piece. Let me keep up the facade that I actually think good about other people piece. So
that's heavy.
And then the other side of
heavy.
It,
that's a heavy piece.
Yeah. So the other side of that is, if you've never had people that just value you for you, then really this is all that you know. You don't really know any other way to be. And so it can be somewhat of a conundrum if someone asks you to be present with them and you have no idea how to do it, it's like, I don't know. And so, I mean, I'll just say this real quick and then I'll get off. But essentially, I think that we have to find a balance between the two, right? Because people, it is important to show up for people that have shown up for you, hence the Martha. But it's also important to ascertain who it is that you are around and understand, are they actually valuing you for you, or are they valuing you for what you can do? And so in the case that they're valuing you for what you can do, I mean, you kind of really only have two options at that point. Either way, you'll have to confront the issue. That's another thing that I noticed with the martyrdom. We've been talking about some telltale signs of martyrdom that you may suffer from this. If you are someone who is afraid to bring up a balance, essentially, you're afraid to say something that is going to somewhat shift the scales in the sense that it would create balance in the situation and possibly be seen as a deficit to your partner, you're probably a Martha. If you are someone who, I just did this. If you are someone who tends to empathize with people and to the point that you're willing to try and make concessions for them, and you see them not honoring the contract or the whatever it is that you set, and you continue in the situation, you're probably a Martha. If you are someone who is afraid of who you are, meaning that you mask it through being helpful, you are a Martha. There is no amount of help you can give someone in the world if they don't want it. And you have to ascertain and understand that person, they will take your help, but they will not value your help. And so, essentially, at that point, it is your responsibility to discern, understand, and move accordingly. So that's all I had to say, but I'm enjoying the dialogue.
Hey, Attila, guess what you just did?
I brought Houston in the building.
Come on, Houston, Texas is in the building. And listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, this is a safe space, And listen, everything that we're outlining here, there's no judgment. If you're a Mary, you might be a Mary for right now. If you're a Martha, you might be a Martha for right now. Energy is fluid and life is changing, but the reality of it is you're going to have to look into self if you want to elevate. And that's what we're talking about tonight, examining the being versus doing paradox, Martha versus Mary, based on the scripture of Luke chapter 10, verse 38 through 42. When we come forward, we go into the sip.
Yo, he wasn't loyal. Now it's all about chaos and turmoil. Give me that microphone. I'ma show you the real meaning of the danger zone. Yo.
Hello, is this 1-900 Coach?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you tell me what you do when you're
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Tyreek Wayne. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A former member of a longtime funk band that had its greatest success in the early 80s has reportedly died. TMZ reports former